So this is something quite different for me. Believe it or not, there is some slight connection to this video and the MRE videos I usually do, in that I never collected sports cards as a kid. I'm not exactly sure, but I just really never was into the kind of stuff. But while I was in the Army, I got a greater appreciation for professional sports teams. I grew up in New England, and we had great history of sports with the Boston Red Sox, the Boston Celtics, the Bruins, and even the New England Patriots, which at the time, they weren't a very good team, but at least we had all four major sports covered. And for a while in the Army, I was stationed in Kentucky, and they didn't have any sports teams of their own. I remember people were following like the Cincinnati Bengals and just random teams from around the country because they didn't have their own. I'm talking about professional sports, not college sports. Of course, there's plenty of college sports in that area. But because of that, when I get out, I really did get into sports cards and sports in general. I know it seemed like a kind of a kid's thing, but as a grown-up and a veteran of the military, I started to collect sports cards. And it was right around the time, another reason why I wanted to do this video is because it was right around the time when I think things went bad in the sports card industry. Up until the late 1980s, there was really only a few companies that made sports cards. The biggest one, of course, was Topps. And in 1989, Upper Deck entered the field with a great product. 1989 Upper Deck was a great product. But it ushered in a lot of new companies that came in, and the main companies started putting out multiple lines. And eventually, you started seeing the main thing in the sports cards was the inserts as opposed to the cards themselves. And I think, I don't know, things just went downhill. There was way too much product, way too much emphasis on collectability and rarity in things that weren't collectible or rare. And these All Sport PPF, I kind of think of as basically the height of everything going wrong, kind of like the jumping of the shark. This wasn't put out by one of the major companies. It was Scoreboard, which I believe originally was Classic, and I think Scoreboard bought out Classic, something like that. And they put out a lot of product. I liked opening this stuff because it was fun trying to get autographs and some of the other stuff. But the stuff isn't licensed by any of the major sports. So although they had a lot of big stars represented, they didn't. They had to like airbrush out the uniforms and of the professional sports, and it was heavily loaded on the college players. So this is All Sport PPF. This came out in 1996, and so we're talking 20th anniversary now of this. That's how to believe this stuff is now old, now 20 years old. When I first started collecting, I remember stuff from the 70s was considered old. I guess now it seems kind of ancient. But these came in 36 packs per box. They say even our wrappers are collectible. They had a wrapper redemption, which obviously is well past. It ended in 1997, and you could send in wrappers to get autographed. I think it was all autographed stuff, except for this Dale Earnhardt $200 phone card and a Scottie Pippen $100 phone card. It was all autographed stuff. So that's kind of a nice touch. But in reality, there really wasn't a heck of a lot in these things. They were a bunch of college players. Alex Molden, Eric Moles. I mean, some of these people did end up going on to some pretty good careers. And they certainly did have people who, Allen Iverson, I mean, they had people who were stars, but this is, you know, it's a college card and it's not licensed by anything. So it's, well, I guess it's college license, but it's not licensed by the pro team. So it's not like he's in his 76ers uniform and this is a real rookie card. I guess it could be considered an Allen Iverson rookie, but it's not going to be worth anything near the real ones. The real ones. And then Emmitt Smith. I mean, they threw in major stars of the day. And this is actually a really good choice by them because you can't really see it, but they had to take the stars off of the Dallas Cowboys helmet. Let me just see if I can find another good example of that. Marcus Camby, Marcus Coleman, Ray Ordonez, and he's in his Mets uniform. You can see there's nothing on the cap here. Alonzo Mourning. You can see the heat is removed from the jersey. So, you know, it was a good way to get some cards. Unfortunately, these things were pretty expensive, too, considering you're not really getting licensed stuff. But you can see they have some cool stuff here. And what the gig was with this was that they had an average of one vintage card per box. And they were promising Honus Wagner cards, Joe Namath rookies, some really great stuff. It says over $1 million in book value. How likely were you to get that kind of stuff? Not very likely. Scoreboard, I believe, went out of business within the next couple of years. I believe they put out an All Sport PPF Plus the next year, which had 2 vintage cards per box. And it wasn't too long after that they kind of just disappeared. So I recently bought, just for nostalgia purposes, I bought 2 boxes of this stuff on eBay. And I had considered opening them on camera. I've never done a opening of sports cards on camera before. But then I just went ahead and opened this one up and pulled everything out. But I did think it might be fun to open up the second one. First one, it's just, you know, like I said, it's just a bunch of this stuff, which is pretty much worthless. And then every few packs you'll get a gold card, which is worthless plus 1 penny, basically. I think that was mostly all they had in these. Oh, and they have this retro card. I forgot what I got in this one. A retro card is 1 per box. Maybe that's worth 5 cents. You know, nothing's really very good in here. The best card in here, I think, is probably, and I got a couple of these in this box, is probably this Kobe Bryant rookie card. I mean, it is a rookie card. It is before he started playing for the Lakers, but it's not licensed by anything. But this might be worth $1. I don't know. It's not the worst card in the world. Not something. I mean, this is a 20-year-old set. It's not like you're gonna find these in a store now anyway. But even from back then, I don't know if this would have been considered like a premium kind of thing, but 1996 I would have loved to have gotten a box like this, but it probably would have cost $50-60. I get these two for $30, free shipping, so it was $15 a box. Like I said, just for the nostalgic purpose of it. And I should mention, in this box that I already opened, it did have the average of 1 vintage card per box, and I got this Johnny Bench 1979 card from Topps. And there's nothing wrong with this. It's actually in really nice shape. It's centered well. I didn't really have any complaints about it. It's only worth like $1 or $2 at the most. It's not a Honus Wagner. It's not a Joe Namath rookie, but it's a Johnny Bench Hall of Famer. Not too bad. So I figured, well, why don't we just open this one up on the camera and see what's in here. I'm not going to make you sit through 36 packs of junk, but you can see this still has the seal on it. It has a Scoreboard seal. I'm going to take that off. I figure what I'm going to do is I'm going to open all the packs on camera, but I'm just going to fly through that so you don't have to sit through all that. Whenever I find something interesting, I'll slow it down, and we'll hope for something good in the vintage card department. So here it is. This is our 36 packs. And let's start opening these. I'll do the first one just so you can get an idea of what's in here. The packs are really thin. Ricky Dudley. I don't really remember him. Dikembe Mutombo. Great center. And it's a good shot there too, because the Nuggets are on the front of the jersey, so they didn't have to airbrush anything out. This guy right here, they had to airbrush his out. Brent Barry, Chris Darkins, Vlad Guerrero. That's another one that if it was an official card, I'd probably wrote something. Steve Young. So that's the kind of stuff you're going to get. And now let's fly through some of these. Oh, here we go. Here's the retro card. So there's only one of these per box. Probably worth $0.25 or something. It's Troy Aikman. But basically, that's one of the two real highlights of this: the retro card and the vintage card. Not too bad. Put that aside. Let me see. This might be. I think this is the vintage card on this one, which actually brings up another issue with the 1990s cards and the explosion of inserts, autograph cards, game-used jerseys, relic cards, numbered cards. They're really rare, like 1 of 25, all that kind of stuff. It's great stuff, and I'm sure it's great for the people to pull out. But you also had to deal with pack searchers and people who knew where these things were. Would pull those packs out and open them for themselves and put the rest of them out. Still charge you $5 a pack, even though they know you're not going to get what you're looking for, basically. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I could be wrong about this. Sorry. I think this might just be a regular pack. Yep. Shaquille O'Neal. Yay, but it's just a checklist. And here's one of the gold cards. It's basically just one of the regular cards. And it just has PPF gold on the bottom. Because they cover up the name area, they have to put the name above that. So I think there's like 3 or 4 of these per box. Still nothing special. Like I said, if this card is worth $0.01, this is worth like 1.5 cents. Alright, let me go into this pile here, because I'm not sure if there's method to these, but the last one I found it in this corner. I found the vintage card. I'd rather not make people have to sit through 36 cards here, 36 packs. And this is regular stuff. Another gold, Travis Knight. Well, I was wrong about the lower right quadrant. I was thinking that might be where the vintage card was going to be, but in a way I feel good about that because at least it's not always in the same spot, which would be bad for the consumers and good for the unscrupulous sellers. Another funny thing too is that another thing that makes this even more worthless nowadays is that I believe any cards that were worth more than a certain amount, probably more than like 50 bucks or so at the time, which now could be worth $10, they actually put a redemption card in. Like, for instance, the Honus Wagner. If they really did put a Honus Wagner card in, it was actually just a redemption card, and you had to send that in to get the card. And of course, the redemption is way, way, way past due, and the company itself, I believe, is out of business. So I'm not even hoping to find something really good, because if it is, I won't get it. I'll just get a redemption card that I can't use. Well, this is funny. It looks like for the second box, I'm just going to happen to pull up my vintage card in the last quarter. Unless this is one, it does say an average of one per box. I mean, it certainly is possible there could be none in this box. Would be pretty disappointing. Oh, here it is. This is the one. The last one in this quadrant. Looks like you're not going to have to sit through these. What do we have here? We have Kerry Collins. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be anything particularly exciting. Actually, it may be terrible. Vitaly Potapenko. Great name. And there's the vintage card. It looks like a 1989 Topps football card, which not exactly premium. Mike Alstott, Ed Jovanovski, and Rasheed Wallace. And let's see, this is what we've been waiting for. Well, look at this! If it has to be a 1989 Topps, it might as well be Barry Sanders' rookie card. That is actually nice. I think I may actually post this video. I was thinking if I pulled out crap, then I'd just go ahead and erase this. But Barry Sanders rookie. I've never had one of these before. That is pretty nice. Actually, it's from the traded set. I'm not sure how that... I guess it wasn't in 89, he was in 89 traded. But either way, it's still a Barry Sanders rookie. I'll take that. I don't think I'd spend 15 bucks for it, but for the privilege of being able to open up some packages and find some fun stuff, we have Barry Sanders and a Troy Aikman retro card. And I'll go along with my Johnny Bench 79 card. Yeah, it's fun. Nothing all that great, but fun to open packs, and I really can't afford these $5, $6, $7, $10 packs that they have nowadays. So, well, thanks for joining me, and thanks for discovering this Barry Sanders card with me.